Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back with me again, Rishad, in our channel Fabulous Generation. In this episode, we are going to discuss about SAT. Yes, if you are planning to study overseas, you must have heard about SAT before. In the SAT test, there are two types of math questions. The first one is the section where you cannot use calculator, where you are allocated about 75 seconds for each question. And the second section where you can use calculator, where you are allocated about 87 seconds per question. In this episode, we are going to try questions from each of the section and try to solve it in less than 15 seconds. Before I start, please click the subscribe, like, share, and comment to keep on receiving tips from us. Enjoy! Okay, let's try to solve some question. But before that, I took all of these questions from Khan Academy website. Over there, they have 8 free practice SAT tests that you can try. So if you are taking the SAT test, I really highly recommend you to try all of the 8 practice tests so that you can get what it means to do an SAT test. So let's dig in. If you notice, this is the question number 10 out of 20, which means this is from the math with no calculator allowed, and the time allowed for each question on average is 75 seconds. So let's try to do this the normal way first. Here we are given an equation and we are asked what is the value of a, b. And to solve this, of course, we have to work out on the left-hand side equation and match it with the right-hand side equation. Let's try to rewrite the question first. Ax plus 3 multiplied by 5x squared minus bx plus 4 is equal to 20x to the power of 3 minus 9x squared minus 2x plus 12. So, to do this, let's solve the left-hand side equation first. Multiply a with 5, a with minus b, a with 4, 3 with 5, 3 with minus b, and 3 with 4. And hence we will get 5ax to the power of 3 minus abx squared plus 4ax plus 15x squared minus 3bx plus 12. And we can simplify this by regrouping the coefficient of the same variable, x squared with x squared, x with x. Hence we will get 5ax to the power of 3 plus 15 minus ab x squared plus 4a minus 3bx plus 12. This has to be equal to 20x to the power of 3 minus 9x squared minus 2x plus 12. And to solve this, we have to match the coefficient of the same variable, x to the power of 3 with x to the power of 3, x squared with x squared, and x with x if needed. So let's try. X to the power of 3 first. From the equation, we will get 5a has to be the same with 20, hence we get a is 4. Then let's try for the x squared. From the equation, we get 15 minus ab has to be equal with minus 9. A is 4, so we will get minus 4b is equal to minus 24, and b is 6. Hence, we will get a multiplied by b is 24. Just to make sure, we can also try to match the x coefficient. Here we will get 4a minus 3b has to be equal to minus 2. A is 4, so 4 times 4 minus 3 times 6 has to be minus 2. 16 minus 18 is indeed minus 2. Hence the answer is correct. So this is the normal way, and let's try to view the question from different angle, and especially on how we answer it. We get a by comparing the coefficient of x to the power of 3. We get b by comparing the coefficient of x squared. And if needed, we can also try to compare the coefficient of x. So Actually, we can answer this question without working out the full equation over here. We just have to match the equation of the coefficient of x to the power of 3, the coefficient of x squared, and the coefficient of x. So with this knowledge, let's try to retake the question with the fast way, or what we call the Magasing. So with the prior knowledge, we don't have to do the full equation. We just have to match the equation of the x to the power of 3, x squared, and if needed x with the corresponding coefficient on the left hand side. Let's quickly do this. For the x to the power of 3, on the right hand side is 20. On the left hand side, we get x to the power of 3 by multiplying these two together, 5a. Hence a is equal to 4. Next, for the x squared, on the right hand side is minus 9. On the left hand side, to get x squared is to multiply a with minus b and 3 by 5. Hence, we will get 15 minus ab. 15 minus 4b is equal to minus 9. Hence, 4b is equal to 24, or b is equal to 6. Hence, a times b is 24. There, we get the answer without doing out all of the equations, just have to match the coefficient of the same variable. And if you practice this over and over, I'm sure you can finish this in less than 5 to 10 seconds. And with the 75 seconds allocated, it means you will have plenty of time to do other things. Let's visit the next question. Okay, the next question. If you notice, this is number 24 out of 38, which means this comes from the section of math with calculator allowed, and the average time per question is 87 seconds. Actually, we can do this in fast way or the Magasing way as the one we showed you before, but for the sake of concept, let's try to do the normal way first. Here we are given a function and also what the function looks like if we change x with x plus a. The question asks for the value of a. So let's try to solve this the normal way. Rewrite the question first and also what the function looks like if changed into x plus a. So to do this, we just have to substitute x plus a into x, and hence we will get 5x plus a squared minus 3 has to be equal to 5x squared plus 30x plus 42. Let's work out the left hand side equation. We will get 5x squared plus 2ax plus a squared minus 3 has it to be equal to 5x squared plus 30x plus 42, and to simplify it, it will become 5x squared plus 10ax plus 5a squared minus 3. We can group this together, equal to 5x squared plus 30x plus 42. So to do this, same like before, we just have to match the coefficient of the same variable, x squared with x squared, x with x, and if needed, this with this. So let's try for the x squared. No need, because they are actually just coefficient. And if we go for the x, on the left hand side we have 10a, and on the right hand side we get 30. Hence a is equal to 3. And as before, we can also try to go to the coefficient without the variable. 5a squared minus 3 is equal to 42, meaning 5 times 9 minus 3 is equal to 42. 45 minus 3 is indeed 42, hence the answer is correct. So we can apply the same Magasing way like before. Actually, we just have to match the coefficient of the variable x squared, x, and if needed, the one without the x, with the corresponding equation on the left-hand side. So let's try to tackle this question using the Magasing way. To do that, we just have to rewrite the equation as the following. 5x is changed to x plus a square minus 3 is equal to 5x squared plus 30x plus 42. Again, we don't have to do the equation, just have to match the variable. Here we know that for the x squared, it's already the same with the left-hand side, so no need to do that. We can focus on the x and the corresponding on the left-hand side. So we will get on the right-hand side is 30, and the left-hand side is 2a multiplied by 5, because the coefficient is 5 over there, and hence we will get then a is equal to 30, a is equal to 3. See, you can solve this question in really fast way without really working out on the equation itself. So let's try the next question. Okay, the next question, this is taken from number 16 out of 38. So like before, this comes from the math with calculator allowed, and the time, if the average time is 87 seconds per question. We can do this in the Magasing way, but for the sake of concept, let's try to do this the normal way again. But before that, if you notice, this is again a problem of equation. Hence, and this is taken from exactly the same practice set. So we can see that equation do appear multiple times in one practice set. So let's try. Here we are given an expression, and we know a is constant, and we know that the expression is equivalent to bx. And the question is, what is b? Like before, let's rewrite the question first. For x plus 4 multiplied by ax minus 1 minus x squared plus 4 is equal to bx. Let's solve the left-hand side question. Multiply 4 with a, 4 with minus 1, 4 with a, 4 with minus 1, and we will obtain 4ax squared minus 4x plus 4ax minus 4 minus x squared plus 4 is equal to bx. We can simplify minus 4 right off with minus 4, x squared group with x squared, x with x, and we will obtain for a minus 1x squared plus for a minus 4x is equal to bx. Like before, we just have to match up the coefficient of x squared, x, and with the corresponding right hand side. So let's try for the x squared. Left hand side we have 4a minus 1, on the right hand side is 0. Hence we get 4a is equal to 1, a is quarter. For the x, we get on the left hand side 4a minus 4, right hand side is equal to b. 4 times quarter minus 4 is equal to b. This is 1, hence b is minus 3. This is the normal way, but again, like before, we don't have to work out on the equation. We just have to match the corresponding coefficient of the same variable. So let's try do this in the Magasing way. So to do the Magasing way, we just have to put bx over here, and we just have to compare the coefficient of x squared and x on the left hand side with the corresponding coefficient on the right hand side. So let's try for the x squared first. X squared we obtain from minus x squared and multiply for x with ax. Hence we will get 4a minus 1 is equal, on the right hand side we have 0. So for a is 1 and a is quarter. Same for the x. On the left hand side, to get x is to multiply 4x with minus 1 and also multiply 4 with ax. And hence we will get minus 4 plus 4a is equal to b. Minus 4 plus 4 times quarter is equal to b. This is 1, hence b is minus 3. There. Less than 10 seconds or even less than 5 seconds, you can solve a question with average 87 seconds per question. Keep on practicing and I believe you can do in much faster time.
How was it? Easy, right? I believe if you keep on internalizing the concept and use the mathematics in the easy way, or what we call Magasing way, you can solve these questions in less than 10 seconds. Again, in the first math sections, about 75 seconds for each question, and the second section, about 87 seconds per question. And if you solve these questions in less than 10 seconds, wow, you will have ample of time either for you to review the other questions or take a short break. Because SAT is a marathon, it's a long test where the break is very much limited. Hope you enjoy the content. Please click the subscribe, like, share, and comment to keep on receiving the tips from us on the education or tips on how to study effectively. Have a fabulous day. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.